This is the JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe.
Do you eat candy canes? Take your time.
Dude, does the Pope wear a funny hat?
I suppose.
It's funny. Trust me. Yeah, I love candy cane.
If you want to mock his religion, I suppose it's funny.
No, I'd rather not.
All right, how do you eat a candy cane? You probably just shove the whole goddamn thing in your mouth, don't you? Do you have a method?
Yeah, well, yeah, a lot of times I break it off into chunks. And
Okay.
eat it in pieces and bits and in like a hard candy or something,
Yeah.
But then sometimes if I'm feeling frisky, I'll suck on the long straight end.
I bet you do. That's right.
I hate it when you set me up like this. I really hate you. I really hate you. I'm going to be hearing this for the next 5 years. So I'll suck on the hard, long, straight end. Until it's a sharp point. Yes.
Good for you,
Then
buddy.
we have sword fights with our candy cans.
Okay.
How do you do it? I never literally suck on the curvy end. I don't know why. I don't.
No.
It's weird.
Yeah.
And I'll bet most of the people don't.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I would, when I got to the curvy end,
Yeah.
I would try to fit it around my teeth,
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
A little mouth guard.
Just kid stuff.
But it depends on the size of the candy
But it
cane,
was
too.
so much.
We,
and then it was like,
yeah. We talking about the little nice, the little pocket
Right.
candy cans. Right.
and then I always ended up chewing it,
Sure.
And as an adult, I don't believe there is a way I could eat a whole candy cane. I'll do the little ones. Sure, that's fine. But a big normal size candy cane, I don't think that's a lot.
They still make those giant inch-round candy cans.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Ugh, no thanks.
That's craziness.
No. My dentist will kill you.
Yeah.
Dr. Jana will kill you.
My horse would probably F one of those up, dude. My horse loves peppermint. And then especially the soft ones. Oh my God, craziness. Anyway.
Trigger phrases in this conversation going on right now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, 54% of us here in America start with the straight end of the candy cane, and 30% of you psychos start with the curved end. 16% break them apart and eat them piece by piece, but you're making a mess everywhere. I don't know what's wrong.
Yeah, so the straight part would be the bottom part of the candy cane. So work your way up. That would be my advice to you, up and comers.
Yeah, those of you that have never had a candy cane before.
Christmas amateurs.
Some sort of
start at the bottom.
Sheltered from candy canes your whole life.
Start at the bottom. Make it like
first year with a candy cane.
It's like making love to your wife. Start at the bottom. Just work your way up. Oh yeah.
Well, I hope Christy washed her damn feet. She'd be walking around with dirty ass feet in Sturgis.
Got great feet, man. Great feet. I washed them for her. I have a loofah.
You like Mary Magdalene over there?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah, I do like me some candy canes. I try to not do damage to my teeth, so I do whatever I got to do to not bite down.
Yeah, you've been having dental issues lately, so now you're a baby.
Got a crown and a cavity, and I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah.
So. So, what else? What other candy cane knowledge do we need?
42% of us never eat candy canes.
That's a lot.
I know.
Weird. Not one candy cane.
Yeah.
That's strange.
I know. I thought so, too.
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with all
Well,
you?
I do love the flavor of them, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, and the flavor's kind of year-round in my little section of the world just because we always have peppermints on hand for the animals.
It's like a never-ending gobstopper. The flavor just goes on and on. I love them.
Yeah.
But I suppose if you ate the flavor.
Let's see. I did do 50% of Americans use candy canes to fill stockings.
Yeah, they look good.
Mm-hmm. They do look good. I love the look of the red and white. I think it's cute. It's iconic.
I really don't like people telling me how to eat a candy cane, to be honest with you.
Ain't nobody bossing you around.
Mind your own damn business.
Yeah, well.
My candy cane, my life, my mouth.
Well,
What I put in it, my problem.
yeah. That is your problem.
I will slowly suck it vigorously.
Yeah.
I'm giving you all kinds of material. What about the little dust? Little candy cane dust you get in the bottom of a little candy cane wrapper.
I crush it up real fine and I snort it, John.
I like that
That's
too.
how I get the Christmas spirit just flowing through my veins.
Good. Don't forget to take the plastic off. It's a choking hazard.
Christ almighty. It's not good when both of us didn't get any sleep, man.
I know. The stupid cat was in and out last night. I don't know what his problem was.
Yeah, well.
See, I've opened Pandora's box now. I let him sleep with us, but he was awfully fidgety last night.
The cat in our house is in heat.
Oh.
So she's walking around going, she's looking for a high, hard one. But she doesn't even know what she's looking for right now.
Right.
You know? But she sounds like me in my 20s. Just trying to get laid.
Yeah. Putting the call out.
Yeah.
Right on.
It's like, what happens if we show her videos of tomcats? What's going to happen?
Oh.
But we didn't get around to it. It was already late at night. Hey, it's National Maple Syrup Day. Give me PC2.
Now you're talking.
I happen to know everything there is to know about maple syrup. I love maple syrup. I love maple syrup on pancakes. I love it on pizza. I like to take maple syrup and put a little bit in my hair when I've had a rough week. What do you think holds it up, Slick?
Great soundbite. Great soundbite.
I knew you were going to like that,
Thank you.
dude.
Appreciate
yeah,
it.
buddy.
Appreciate you.
Of course. Maple syrup. Totes delish. The Skinny Sticks people, that's our local folks around here. They show up to the Deer Camp Kickoff.
Yep.
I don't know why that was so hard for me to think of. You can go to skinnysticksmaplesyrup.com. I'm sure there's other places. That's the one that just comes to my mind because I know them. They do organic practices. It is certified kosher. It is gluten-free. It takes a lot of tree jizz to make some maple syrup.
It does.
It's a lot. It is a hardcore process, and that is why don't scoff at the price, dude. It's worth every dang penny. I'm not sure why December 17th is National Maple Syrup Day, but it is. And it's also in Canada, too. So there you go. Origins of the production of maple syrup can be traced back thousands of years to the northeastern region of the United States. There it was first gleaned from the abundant maple tree population from the indigenous peeps.
Yes.
Well, it is uncertain as to how and why exactly the extraction process first began. It is inarguable that the maple sap became a key ingredient in a variety of dishes. The arrival of the whites would allow for that's not what it says here, but would allow for the introduction of maple syrup to the old world, and their love for the taste of the product was matched by their appreciation for its utility. It was a popular substitute for cane sugar, as this had to be imported from the West Indies region, and its ability to exist in both liquid and crystallized form made it an ideal source for concentrated sugar. Colonist extraction methods differed from those of the indigenous peeps, and they would serve as the foundation for several subsequent iterations upon the process. Some maple trees have even seen dozens of changes to the extraction procedures used upon them. They're like, stop boring me out, sir, as they continue to be tapped for sap for more than 100 years. Today, the consumption of maple syrup is no longer reserved for chieftains or special celebratory events. It is not only used across the world, but production chains have even sprung up in countries like Japan and South Korea. Canada now produces the vast majority of the world's maple syrup supply, with total exports valued at more than blank million. How many millions of dollars does Canada export in maple syrup?
What kind of 50 million.
Weak sauce, danger.
Is it weak sauce?
270 million.
Oh, my. No wonder it's a cartel.
Yeah.
You ever had a maple whiskey? That Knob Creek's pretty good. I'll tell you what great whiskey is. That Canadian, was it Canadian Club? No, what am I thinking of? That does the apple and the peach.
Apple and peach is
not Mist.
Yeah,
but they do a
Crown Royal.
Crown Royal. They do a salted caramel that is fantastic. My brother-in-law had it. It was incredible, just creamy, just way better than it should be. Try that sometime.
I will.
They're doing Crown's doing a great job with their flavored stuff.
Yeah, the maple that's my jam.
Yeah, there's a lot of maple. There's a lot of maple. There's a beam. There's some stuff out there.
Yeah,
nice. It's good stuff.
I mean, can you go wrong with maple pecan?
Oh, jeez.
Goddamn, that rhyme.
Dumbing down your smartphone, one podcast at a time. Listen, rate, and subscribe to the JJO Morning Show podcast.
Workman's relief for whatever the job throws at you, like THC products derived from legal hemp to help you relax after a long day or just chill over the weekend. No need to drive out of state to get your THC products. Order yours at workmansrelief.com.
Get up with Johnny and D, JJO.
Guinness World Records, of which we have none. We have the unofficial record for the most people gathered dressed as Cousin Eddie, but it's not official. So let's go through some of the official ones that have happened lately. Members of an Indian martial arts collective broke a weird Guinness World Record. Most slices of a cucumber held in a person's mouth with a chainsaw while blindfolded in 1 minute.
I have no idea what you just said.
I know, right? Video shared by Guinness World Records on social media shows a member
Speak English, woman.
of the Burkulza Martial Arts Collective donning a blindfold and wielding an electric chainsaw. Another member of the martial arts group holds a cucumber in his mouth while the blindfolded man slices it.
Wow.
A third member replaces the cucumber whenever it gets down to the holder's lips.
Oh.
Jesus
Christ.
The record was successfully achieved with 71 cuke slices in 1 minute.
Wow.
Nobody injured during the attempt. I hope they made a delicious creamy cucumber salad with that. Tasty. PC2. There was a gathering of over 2,000 people dressed as angels in the Philippines. It was enough to break the world record by a big margin. The previous record of 1,275 people was set in Winnipeg around 10 years ago. So, look at that. I even got... Isn't that nice?
I want to be walking around with an angel and no wings. I mean, I'm old enough to be quoting It's a Wonderful Life.
Right?
Yeah, man. I watch too many Christmas movies.
Yeah, have you been watching a lot? I've been slacking on the Christmas movies.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been in there. I've been dabbling.
No.
Yeah.
What have you watched so far?
It's a Wonderful Life. Elf. National Lampoon came on. Christmas Vacation came. That's all.
Yeah.
Not that many. There's a Hallmark movie about the Kansas City Chiefs on. I don't know the plot. I haven't watched it yet. I think it's supposed to be patterned after Travis and Taylor.
Oh.
I think. Isn't it? Somebody would have to help me with that.
I don't know.
Classy show.
I started watching Hot Frosty on Netflix, the one about the hot snowman.
I don't think I know that one.
Comes to life.
I watched Rudolph the other night. It was on.
Yeah.
It was great. I still get
Santa's kind of an asshole.
I know. Trust me, dude. We've been over it.
I know.
I just
eat, Santa, eat.
Rooting for the little guy.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, I've been slacking. I did kind of want. What did I put on the other day? National Lampoons. That was when we were cooking for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
But since then, no, I haven't watched any. Yeah, it's been bad. It's terrible. We're stuck on the ultimatum, man.
You're going to be home for a week.
I can get a few and then, I know.
Up background music.
Yep.
It'll be fun.
As I'm cleaning out the kitchen.
Hey, speaking of whores.
Yes.
This Milwaukee story that you just mentioned. I don't know if you know this. This is a breaking story.
Yeah, it's within the last week and a half or so.
Sure.
You want me to go over this?
Yeah, check this out if you haven't heard about it yet.
Okay, so there was a Milwaukee prostitution ring that was busted. And there were 6 dudes that were busted as part of this Milwaukee prostitution ring.
So they're like the kingpins of the they're the pimps.
Yeah,
so to speak.
and there were 54-year-old Travis Schwante is a former public defender who once ran for a judgeship. 50-year-old David Ornstein, a Milwaukee firefighter. 76-year-old George Easton, a retired municipal judge. 53-year-old Leroy Stewart, a funeral director in Oak Creek. 55-year-old Christopher Reeg, an investment banker. And 59-year-old William Green, a former attorney. So we have 2 attorneys and a judge, a firefighter, a banker, and a funeral director. What concerned me was the 2 attorneys and a judge, because I've heard this before on various true crime podcasts. Well, then it got worse, and just as I expected, here we are. So prosecutors charged Schwantes, is that Travis Schwantes, 54, with crimes relating to prostitution and abusing his public office in a sweeping prostitution ring operating out of a near West Side apartment building. This is Milwaukee. In that criminal complaint, investigators accused Schwantes of lying on a government form in order to represent one of the women he paid for sex as a public defender. Schwantes, according to investigators, made a name for himself as a public defender for his work in human trafficking and sex cases. But now it's the Milwaukee Police Department Human Trafficking Task Force that's investigating him. The hundreds of pages of recently unsealed search warrants and affidavits show he may have paid at least 3 clients, women he represented, for sex.
So trading favors.
Right.
Basically.
He was a public defender for them, but paid them for sex.
Right. At a highly discounted rate.
It's so bad. Court records show that detectives scoured Schwante's phone, finding sexually explicit photos, and say Schwantes represented several of the women in his phone in criminal cases as their public defender. Detectives also found a trail of Venmo and PayPal transactions to those women with payment descriptions like joy and just us and justice.
But it's the drag queens that are the problem, though. Better shut it down.
Yeah, it's definitely the drag queens, ranging from $20 to $1,500.
Woo!
One woman told investigators that most of the time they talked about her cases was at midnight while both were lying in Schwante's bed.
Every time you say Schwante,
I know, do a shot. Investigators said Schwantes invited a key witness in a homicide trial to Culver's for lunch to discuss her case. The next month, detectives said he rented a room at the Ambassador Hotel where investigators said he paid her for sex.
Dude, one Schwante to rule them all.
The court doc said Schwantes knew she was a sex trafficking victim.
You know when somebody told the girls, better talk to the Schwante. You know exactly what was happening.
Dude.
Wow. Can we legalize this so 2 consenting adults and nobody gets hurt and nobody goes to jail?
Well, this ain't the same.
I know.
This ain't the same as that. This is a public defender taking advantage of his position and using it to manipulate people that are in a vulnerable position.
For sure. Yeah.
What an asshole.
Yeah.
He faces 2 felony charges of soliciting prostitutes and making false representation to qualify for assignment of counsel. Are they going to yank it? They should probably yank his license.
Yeah, how do you not?
Wisconsin rules of professional conduct for attorneys prohibit lawyers from having sexual relationship with clients unless that relationship existed before the legal representation began. Schwantes resigned from the office of the Wisconsin State Public Defender but remains in good standing with the State Bar of Wisconsin. I would hope not for long. Prosecutors charged 5 other men with misdemeanor solicitation charges in this case. Well, I hope we're investigating that judge, too. Did that lawyer ever appear in front of that judge?
No. Well, they had it from top to bottom, didn't they? They had it figured out. There was no weak,
the rest of them,
no weak link.
If it's 2 consenting adults, I'm
right.
fine with that.
Right.
But this guy,
Yeah,
you can't be.
No, he was the bad guy.
Schwantes.
Schwantes. Yeah, got a guy. I'm not going to talk to the Schwantes. Yeah. Oh, my God. Those are bad people, man. Yeah, you're just stuck in that cycle. I mean, you can't even, I mean, who do you go to? I mean, the guy probably threatened to kill him if they talk to somebody, the task force or whatever.
And then, like, you're already a sex trafficking victim. And you're being accused of a crime. And here's your public defender who's like, let's go to the Ambassador Hotel and talk about your case.
While you're stroking the Schwantes.
For Christ's sake. Ay.
Oh, it's so dirty.
Garbagey people.
Yeah, that's That's just the worst of both worlds.
That's so gross, man.
Yeah. I wonder what Schwantes look like. Oh, yeah, here it comes.
We can find him.
I bet he's a real Brad Pitt.
I already feel like
threatening women to have sex with him. I bet he's a gem.
I feel like I already know.
Schwantes.
Show me the Schwantes. Oh. Dude.
Uh-oh.
He looks like a bird. He's a bird person.
Yeah, now look here. He reminds me of somebody, but I can't say his name. I get sued for libel.
I know.
There's
something wrong with his eye set.
Well, there's something wrong with him. That's not a bad-looking guy. I was not expecting that. That's a better-looking dude than I thought.
I thought he would look like I thought he'd be rounder and more slug-like.
That's a guy that's in it for the power.
Yeah. Yeah, but gross. He's still
greasy.
Yeah. Exactly. He's still greasy.
Some daddy
and there's
issues
something
there.
wrong. There's something wrong with how his eyes are set. Maybe it's just
like they're
the
looking
angle.
in different directions when he says he loves you.
Like his eyes are very small, but very far apart.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Like a snake. All right, Schwantes.
Wow.
I've had about enough of you.
Wow.
Feel like I need to run an antivirus on my computer after I looked at you.
These are the guys that we know of. The guys who just got caught.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Disgusting.
Yeah, well. And the women were they charged with anything? What were they charged with? With prostitution?
The one had a murder charge on her.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Wow. No wonder she was willing to sleep with Schwantes.
Well, he's the public defender.
Yeah.
So he had to defend her no matter what.
Well, what was he tampering with evidence? How far down the chain did that go? On a murder charge? Wow.
Yeah. He's something.
This is like a plot out of a freaking movie.
This will be on Dateline.
Yeah, totally.
This will be a
100%. 100%.
Totally.
You can learn a lot listening to podcasts.
And only 3 countries in the world don't use the metric system?
Or you can listen to this one.
I can't remember where I went Friday. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. What did I do on Friday? I got to check my calendar.
If anybody saw me Friday, call.
The JJO Morning Show Podcast.
I literally have no idea where I was Friday.
Workman's relief for whatever the job throws at you, like THC products derived from legal hemp to help you relax after a long day or just chill over the weekend. No need to drive out of state to get your THC products. Order yours at workmansrelief.com.
Johnny and D, nowhere but JJO.
If you've managed to avoid all the holiday sweets so far, I don't know who you are. Congratulations on the willpower. A new study found eating no sweets at all could kill you, though.
Yeah. The shock to the system. Quick, give him stuff 6 candy canes in his face.
This is going to be my excuse for when Greg Bear brings in the Christmas cookies from Sharon. I'm going to be like, I have to eat these or I'm going to die.
Circus peanuts are dropping like bags of wet cement.
Researchers tracked the added sugar intake of 70,000 people to see how it affected their heart health. They looked at 3 different sources: sugary toppings like honey, sweets like cookies, and sweetened drinks like your soda pop. They found that too much sugar, especially in drinks, can, of course, up your risk for a heart attack or stroke. But they were surprised to find that people who completely avoided sugar were also at a higher risk.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Take that.
They think it's possible that the no sugar people had pre-existing conditions that weren't revealed.
Okay.
And that's why they were avoiding sugars. So if so, it could explain why their hearts weren't as healthy. Still, they suggest that extremely low sugar intake may not be necessary or beneficial. So their advice is don't overindulge. It's the same thing I guess we've been told our whole lives, right? An occasional sweet treat is okay for most people and may even be good for you. So there you go. Occasional being the word.
Yeah. Well, sugar isn't natural. I mean, is sugar and glucose the same thing? Because don't proteins turn into glucose? I got to remember my bodybuilding science.
Well, sugar and glucose aren't the same thing, right?
Oh.
Because there's natural sugars in your fruit, but
right.
like white sugar is not the same as what's in an apple, right?
Right.
It's 2 different things.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I've forgotten most of that stuff.
I mean,
when I was buff and I used to take creatine, I used to know how all that stuff worked.
So, sugar is the general term for sweet carbohydrates, but most often used to describe sucrose or table sugar.
Okay.
Sucrose is a disaccharide, meaning it's made up of 2 simpler sugars, glucose and fructose.
Gotcha.
Glucose is a simple sugar. Monosaccharide.
So fruit and vegetables would turn into carbohydrates that turn into sugar, which your body processes. It's like making wine, for God's sakes.
Body breaks down sucrose into glucose and fructose before it can absorb them. But
Gotcha.
It does not need to break down glucose before absorbing it.
Okay.
So there you go.
Yeah, all right. What about the brain? What's it do to the brain?
What does it do to the brain?
What's the brain need? The brain needs carbs. What's sugar do to the brain? Is there a
It's
study
like a
on
drug.
that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. It's like doing...
There's a dietitian out there going, shut up. Just shut up.
Doing drugs.
It's like doing drugs.
It's like doing drugs.
Damn.
I like drugs.
Why are we whispering? The cops listening.
Because you have to whisper drugs.
The cops are like, turn it up. They're talking about drugs. Turn it up. Turn up the radio. But our bodies we don't need sugar.
Right. Glucose is good.
Yes. That's,
I keep holding up my apple.
I know, you're doing
good. This is good.
Good.
We're so dumb.
Like show and tell.
We are the dumbest people on the planet.
Apple. I love apple. I love lamp.
We're the dumbest people.
Are you just looking at things and telling us you love them? All right, because that's what it sounds like.
Sugar can have many negative effects on your stupid brain.
Right.
Cognitive impairment. A diet high in sugar can lead to cognitive impairment.
Unless you're diabetic and you're active and healthy, there's really, I don't think, a lot to worry about there, is there?
Well, it depends on how much damn sugar you're drinking.
Kool-Aid all day. You know.
Memory deficiencies and difficulty learning. Mood swings. It can cause blood sugar levels to spike and drop, which can lead to irritability, anxiety, or depression.
That difficulty in learning, is that stuff about age 5? That sounds familiar.
Sugar can be addictive because it affects your dopamine. That's why I'm saying it's like drugs.
But there's no daily allowance on sugar, right? I mean, there's no right and wrong.
Well,
I mean, you know when you're wrong, clearly.
Right? Yeah. So there you go. High sugar diet can lead to excess glucose in the brain.
Well, what about like an Aborigine back in the day when they were just eating, whatever bird fell out of a tree or whatever? I mean, what about their sugar?
I think, they also probably ate fruits and stuff and nuts and everything.
Yeah, okay.
else.
So there you go. So limited. I mean, there's a case study for it.
Yeah, well, and just said, yeah.
What about soda? How are you with soda?
I don't drink any sort of regular soda.
Yeah.
I totally eliminated diet soda for like over a year and a half, and then I got back on the train, and now I have at least one a day.
You have a diet soda. Now, that's good. That's like
it could be better.
That's a fair allowance.
It should be 0 because of all the garbage that's in it, but God damn it, Diet Mountain Dew and Diet Dr. Pepper. Be so good.
Very passionate.
Why does it be so good?
Not the plug they were looking for, but the plug they got.
I know. What the show is infamous for.
Well, would a detox be? I don't know. Is that gut? I mean, wouldn't that be part of the
getting off a diet soda?
Sure.
Yeah. 100%.
That'd be a part of it.
I know.
Oh well.
I know. It's
hard.
It is hard.
Sugar everywhere, processed. It's just it's tough.
And then
Well, I give credit to people that can do it.
Right.
It's hard to just avoid it.
Well, God damn it. Have a frickin' cookie. You know?
Did you say have 3?
I didn't say have 3.
Oh. They failed math too. Do.
All right.
Anyways, you're fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Okay.
Just
don't be too hard on yourself.
Everything in moderation, and then get out and move.
Yeah.
Just walk. Do something.
Yep.
Anything helps.
Move.
Yeah, you'll be fine. It's shocking what the minimums are to keep your body functioning well.
So good for your brain
on a higher plane
too, and your mood. And you don't. And I know the hardest part is just convincing yourself to do it. And once you're out doing it, I'm telling you, you're gonna love it.
I agree.
And do it because we love you. Your 2 favorite dumb DJs.
Oh, we should. Here. I found this story. Anybody in a hurry?
Nah.
Where'd that voice come from? There's a listener in the room somewhere.
I'm almost out of coffee, but that's about it.
All right. It says here, scientists. Where'd it go? What was that noise?
Somewhere on the internet. I'm trying to get my water.
Oh, I thought you farted.
It's so far away. No. Not very gassy today, thank you.
Sexy.
Well, I ain't here to be sexy for you, man.
Eating a hot dog could take 36 minutes off your life.
Give me 900 of them right now.
I know. I should have been dead in my 20s or my teens. You may want to skip the toppings on your next hot dog or skip it altogether. Health researchers at the University of Michigan found that eating a single hot dog could take 36 minutes off your life.
Yeah, I felt like we did this story before, and it said here,
But was it shorter time?
It said 27 minutes last time.
Researchers looked at, we just found out what all's in a hot dog. We missed like 12 things. Researchers looked at 6,000 foods. The U.S. diet measured their effects in minutes and healthy life. Gained or lost. We wanted to make a health-based evaluation of the beneficial. Well, most of this stuff is when you're 85 and you're crapping yourself.
That's what I always say, too, is that it comes off the back end.
Right. It's the end. The team came up with an index that calculates net beneficial detrimental health burden in minutes of healthy life associated with a serving of food based on a study called Global Burden of Disease. That sounds like fun.
They're real buzzkills over there.
For example, 0.45 minutes are lost per gram of processed meat, or 0.1 minute are gained per gram of fruit. So 0.45, is that literally 45 minutes? That's literally 45 minutes, right? 45 minutes per gram? That ain't right. 0.45 minutes. That's less than a minute. That's what we're looking at.
Yeah.
Okay. That would make better sense. One of the food researchers measured was a standard beef hot dog. 61 grams of processed meat. Dude, I got 3 words for you. Joey effing Chestnut.
Dude, yeah. He should be dead.
He should have imploded.
Yeah. We've already proved this wrong.
If 61 grams of processed meat resulted in a loss of 27 minutes of healthy life, Juliet said, but when ingredients like sodium and trans fat, fatty acids were a factor. Final value was 36 minutes.
Oh,
lost.
that's where the 36 comes from. Okay.
Consumption of foods such as nuts and legumes.
I read this whole thing that was saying that we need to...
Seafood and fruits add.
Yeah.
Add life.
That, and y'all know, and I'll use this opportunity to plug Eric Knockreiner in Plain, Wisconsin, one of the greatest beef farmers of all time.
Starting guard for the Green Bay Packers.
If you're looking to get a half or a quarter side of beef or whatever, hit up Eric Knockreiner.
Quarter side of beef. I didn't know your mom was in town.
Yes, you did. You invited her. Anyway, as much as I love having beef and meats and whatever else, I read this whole thing about how we should try to incorporate more legumes into our diet.
Legume?
Yeah.
Legume.
There's this whole other guy on the TikTok machine, and I can't remember his name right now. Logan, maybe. I can't remember. He's a good health guy. But he talks about incorporating beans and lentils all the time. But yeah, was a whole study I was reading about that, how even if we just took, replaced one meal that we would ordinarily have red meat at in a week and replaced it with beans.
Oh, okay. Is edamame a legume?
Edamame?
What are you doing with your hands?
I don't know.
You having a stroke? What are you doing over there?
Autism.
Are you juggling?
Stop.
Are you juggling that apple full of sugar? What are you doing over there? No, what is a legume? It'd be like a chickpea, or what about an edamame? I've never thought about that. I love it.
Yes, it's a legume.
Yes.
Edamame.
Edamame. Oh my God, that's a small victory. I love those.
Yeah.
I feel like if we were living to 300. No, I got that backwards.
Did you know that the cousin of the edamame is the green bean?
That makes perfect sense. Sure.
They can't kiss.
The hot dogs I eat are at A&W. I get the chili dogs.
Delicious.
So I'm doubling down on But the pickle on top should add 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. No, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I mean, between the sodas and the hot dogs, I should have been dead when I was 10, I guess.
Well, I think you can do some of the bad stuff, but you got to do some of the good stuff too, right? You can't do all of the bad things, right? And you work out, you drink some water, and I think I really do. I think as long as you're moving around, I think that's 90% of it.
Would you rather have a hot dog right now?
Yes.
There's no wrong answer. would you rather have a hot dog right now or pudding with a diaper full of poo when you're 88 years old?
Exactly.
Well, what would you trade
Tubed
for?
meat.
Tubed meat.
I'll pick tubed meat every time.
Well, you used to. But,
isn't that weird?
It is weird. And tell me you don't see the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile and you go, just kill me. I'm going to eat those mother effers all the rest of my life.
Yeah, dude.
I don't care.
I freaking love hot dogs.
I forget how much I love hot dogs until I have another hot dog.
I never forget. I'm thinking about hot dogs 90% of the time. If you see D's thinking about hot dogs.
So one hot dog every 36 minutes. Well, I mean, who eats that many hot dogs, though, to make a difference?
Poor people.
Okay, so poor people.
Yep. It's the poors.
So to take a year off your life, we'll do the math.
They're already screwed.
To take a year off your life, how many hot dogs would you have to eat a day? To take a year off your life? Yeah. What do you think I dropped out of algebra for?
All right.
It was stuff like this. You don't even know what you're doing over there.
Why is this so hard? Okay, so that's 48.
48,
right?
So 36 minutes.
I mean, roughly.
Say half an hour.
Right.
Half an hour. How many
hour.
half hours are in 24 hours?
48.
Oh. So 48 and 24. in a week. Is that to what's the rest of the equation?
So that's
turn that into a year.
so to take a week off your life, you would have to eat 336 hot dogs.
Yeah, who's eating three? It would take me 10 years to eat 330 hot. It would take me my whole life. Maybe I haven't eaten 330 hot dogs. Well, how many hot dogs do we eat in our lifetime?
I'm looking at.
Oh my God!
So we eat about 70 hot dogs per year.
70 hot. I don't.
Let's look in there.
What if I throw them back up like Joey Chestnut at the end of the day? Why is he barfing up that hot dog? He's only had one. Strange.
So yeah, times.
All right. So you're saying a hot dog is going to kill me faster than my cigar and my tequila? Come on now.
Okay, 70.
Hi. Hello?
I tell you what, go to Costco and get that big old brick of Kirkland all beef hot dogs.
Dude, they're so good.
How good does that
You
sound
have
right
those
now?
in the freezer, boy, your average hot dog consumption is going to skyrocket.
For
When you have
sure,
those
dude.
close at hand.
Listen.
It's like a Pez dispenser coming out of the microwave.
He's not lying. We bought those for
Especially
Avery's.
fourth meal.
I don't
you
think-
can't turn that down. Go get 2 pounds of shredded cheddar cheese to put on it, too.
Yeah, I don't think this is a tip. I think it's a warning. I don't think he's trying to.
not lying. We bought those for Avery's graduation party, and there was a whole package left. It was hot dog destruction at our house, dude. I was like, you need to get these out of my house. It was terrible. They're so freaking good.
So you would trade your wheelchair rolling, diaper wearing years for a pallet of hot dogs
From Costco.
from
Who
Costco.
says I don't already?
That's my
This
boy.
is my M.O.
You're my boy. You're my boy, Blue. All right, thanks, man. I knew Costco was going to come into this. What about sauerkraut? I wonder if that's healthy.
Oh, hell yeah. Sauerkraut's super healthy.
So
It's a fermented vegetable.
Dude, I can eat sauerkraut right out of the goddamn can.
Same, buddy.
I love sauerkraut.
Same,
I could
buddy.
live on sauerkraut.
Yep.
Good for
I
you.
mean, it would be bad in the studio, but yeah.
It can't get worse. That's so crazy. Now,
so if we eat 70 hot dogs
okay, here's the finish.
per year,
70 hot dogs
and
per year.
we live to be 70,
Right. What are we losing?
That's 4,900 hot dogs,
Okay.
right?
That sounds gross. Mm-hmm. All right.
So 4,900 hot dogs
All right.
per year, and that's
My question
when we
is
take off,
to take a year off your life
right?
at
And so that's
a hot dog every 30 minutes.
30 minutes. So that's 1,000. Hold on, let me do this.
Yeah, it's not.
100,000.
Those numbers don't Those numbers don't work out.
Okay, here we go. We need my mathing music.
You took time out of your calculations to play a song.
Yeah. Okay.
Classic.
That's hours.
This is making me hungry. This whole thing. I am going to have to go somewhere and get a hot dog today. I'm going to go to Portillo's and get a hot dog. God, doesn't that sound good? Look at that.
Does sound good. So,
Oh my God!
you lose about roughly 3 months of your life.
3 months in a year?
You lose about 3 months of your life if you consume 70 hot dogs
A
a year
year.
throughout your whole
Oh
life.
my God! Bring it on.
The JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe. Catch a new show every Monday through Friday, 6 till 10 a.m. on 94.1 JJO or streaming anywhere in the JJO app. Johnny and D, nowhere but JJO.